Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone? Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if the game volume's too loud, by the way, because I haven't played audio in my live streams before, so I'm not quite sure how this works. And I'm gonna drop a quick Discord message to let everyone know I'm live. It's a bit loud. I might lower it, yeah. Let's do maybe here. I'll just do a little bit quieter. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's see. Is it still too loud? Now it's super shoot. Okay. Let's get it to okay, what about now? Thanks for this is great. Okay. All right, thanks for helping me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this live stream, I'll just pause this for now. Restart this. So this live stream, I was thinking, I'm just gonna play test my game a little bit. This is a game I'm working on with Dave Makes, who's the developer of Executive Golf DX, if you know him or know them. They developed, yeah, like the season 1 game. They're super awesome. Yeah, I thought there's like a lot of playtesting and stuff that I need to do still, just to like balance out the game. And I thought I'd do that and combine it with office hours. So if you have any questions, like the normal office hours questions about like Playdate development or anything, yeah, you can just drop it in the chat and I'll just like pause it and answer it. Yeah, good morning everyone. What's up? Tomato Man, Benjamin, and Woos Noose. I don't know how to pronounce it. And Tiny Yellow Machine. What's up? What's up? All right. So the game is a Vampire Survivors like. I guess I should explain how the game works. And basically, you play as this robot who's trying to drill deeper into this planet, and you're collecting cores. And yeah, it just plays like similar to a Vampire Survivors like game, but it's a little bit different. We're not completely finished with the game yet, but it's coming along. Yeah, the music sounds poppin'. This is made by Dave. So you get 3 choices in the beginning, so 3 different types of equipment, and this is like your starter ability or weapon. I'll choose. The thing is, like, these weapons aren't super balanced yet, so this is like part of why the playtesting needs to be done. I think, like, for example, these 2 weapons, plasma cannon and subterranean rocket, are both like a lot stronger than the pea shooter. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's use this one. So this one kind of circles around the player, so there's a bit of skill involved in trying to aim it. The art for the ability is not final yet, but you can see all the sprites was made by Dave. Looks amazing, and all the sound effects too. So super cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the animation, I made the animations. I coded it into the game. So glad you like it. I spent a lot of time. There's so much UI in this game. It's actually insane. Yeah, like I'm working on a devlog right now. The video is gonna be delayed probably by like 2 weeks because there's just so much left to do with the game, and I still need to edit the video and everything. So So Seiko asks, how in the world are you guys able to make a Vampire Survivors like game for the Playdate? Yeah, so I played this on a simulator, but the performance in the Playdate is pretty decent. I'm gonna cover a lot about how the performance and stuff works on the devlog, but basically I'm doing a lot of things. So let me pause it for a bit and let me just point out a few things. So I had to do like tons of optimizations. It was actually like it was great. It was a whole process. One thing is you'll notice that the pathfinding for the enemies it's kind of random, and that's because it totally is. Um, and how it works is basically if I was checking for the direction that the enemy should be moving every frame, it would be kind of slow because you're doing those calculations a lot. So I split up the calculations over, I split them up into different frames. And most of the time, the enemies are just randomly moving around, but they like occasionally start move towards your direction. And it kind of works, I guess. And that's one thing. And second thing you'll notice is there's no collisions on the enemies. So collisions, it's probably like the biggest performance drop, performance cost, I guess, for enemies and stuff. And I tried for a really long time to try to get collisions working. I did this whole thing with quad trees, but I don't know. I didn't want it. I kept trying it. It wasn't working, so I just gave up and basically removed the collisions. But it's not too bad. You don't notice. But they do walk through walls. But I'm sure you could explain that through lore. Yeah, so that's like part of how the performance works. And also, like another thing with the performance is like the particles, or not particles, so projectiles. I haven't picked up projectile equipment yet, but those use a lot of performance. But I was using sprites before, but I changed it to just like drawing primitives, and that worked a lot better. And Benjamin asked about the position. The position just for this equipment, it circles around the player. You see it moves in like a circular pattern, so it's not random. Taking Osprey. This is the new game. And then once you fill up this bar, you dig into the next level. So pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So, and then in between levels, it alternates. You could choose. Oh shoot, there's a bug. Okay, I'll write down all the bugs and stuff. This should be choose upgrade actually. Okay, yeah, this is why we need to playtest. So you could choose an upgrade in between levels, and then the next level down, you choose another new equipment and stuff, and it alternates. Yeah, glad you guys are liking the UI. So the UI designed by Dave, and then animations and stuff, I put those together. So let's see, maybe attack speed. So I think the attack speed might be a little bit overpowered, but I'm not too sure. But we'll try this one. So the attack, these animations, this animation is totally placeholder. I think Dave will work on creating animations for these attacks. This one's a little bit jank for sure. And another question, can the Playdate simulate mode 7? Yeah. Wait, actually, I'll show you it later, but there's an example. Actually, I'll just pull this up actually really quick. If you go to the Playdate SDK, if you go into examples, there's a mode 7 example right here called mode 7 driver. So if you look into the Playdate SDK, you'll find this. You should check it out yourself. It's actually pretty cool. I want to make a mode 7 game at some point. A question from Tomato Man: how I rotate a sprite position depending on the rotation of the crank. You can get the rotation of the crank using gate crank position, and then so I would probably you'd probably want to cache all the rotated images of a sprite. So that means like you want to draw all the different angles. And what you can do is you can basically store it into a table, and then based off the rotation of the sprite, you turn it into an index. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain without writing some code. Let me do that actually real quick. So let's say you have the rotation of a sprite. The angle of the crank. Get crank position. So the angle of the crank is get crank position. And then basically, let's say you have a sprite, and you've pre-drawn like 36 different like rotations of the sprite. So let's say you have like a table. I guess it'd be an image table. So like sprite rotations, image table, and then your path to table, like your path to the image table, and then you'd have the rotations of the sprite in there, and then basically you can coerce. So this would be maybe there's like 1 through 36. There's 36 different sprites, but this goes from 0 to 360. So you just have to write a math function that turns something from like the range of 0 to 360 all the way to the range of 1 to 36. So you could probably do that with what? Sprite rotation index equals crank angle, I guess divided by 10. And then you take the ceiling of that, I think. I think you have to consider the 0 case at some point. So this is not totally right. Maybe floor. I think it'd be +1 like that. And then this might be from 1 to 36. And then you can get the sprite your sprite, and then you set image based off of the sprite rotation. And then you just press in the index, something like that. There's probably a bug or somewhere in here, but I think you get the general idea. All right, let me know if that was helpful. Back to playtesting. I don't know about the system of like jumping between the game and answering questions, but I hope it works. Let's see. So 12th man says it's so heartening to witness you finding bugs. I paged them after each playtest. And my daughter still found a repeat spawning crowbar in my work as progress pulp game. Yeah, I mean I find bugs all the time. The devlogs are like super highly edited, and I don't show like most of the development because they're only like 12 minutes or something. So the whole process is just finding bugs over and over again. Yeah, I mean even this, like I've worked so much on this game. There's so many bugs before, so this is like I've already gotten into a pretty polished state. But there's probably some more. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, let's see. I just try to defeat this level. So you can notice that there's like a second type of enemy, like this crab one. So the first level only had slimes, and the next one has crabs, and you can also mine these like ore things. This is for like level to level, or sorry, not level to level, like run to run upgrades. So in between runs, you want to upgrade your stats, kind of like how in Vampire Survivors you can spend gold to like give your buy new equipment and stuff and everything. So there's that. Okay, I've been on this level for a while. Let's finish it up. Okay, now we can dig. So ZX13 asks, I'm getting into Playdate development and have experience in C. Would you recommend using C or Lua? Oh, you already have experience in C. I think the Lua development loop is sort of simpler. It's more enjoyable. I mean, I know C as well, but Lua is really fun to like learn and code in. So I think just try Lua. But if you don't like it, then you can always switch to C. But I would recommend you just do Lua. So let's see. So these three. Let's pick Shock Prod maybe. I think Shock Prod is a little bit weak, so I might have to buff that one. So a question from Bart says, hi, do you create some unit test for your code that you work with? Any guidance on doing testing for Lua? Did someone say unit tests? Did someone say testing code? No, I don't test the code at all. Yeah. Yeah, So here's my stance on it. I know the correct answer should be like, oh, you should test your code and stuff. And I think like if you're in like a production environment for like, you know, a multinational Fortune 500 company, I mean, not even that, like a mid-size tech company, and you're serving like, you know, a bunch of customers and stuff and everything. It makes sense to have unit tests. And if you have like a bigger game, like for example, you know, even like some of the larger like indie games, like all the way from AAA down to like AA games, you know, like things like, I don't know, like Hollow Knight and Slay the Spire and stuff and everything. It makes, or you're making a lot of changes, it makes sense to have unit tests. But personally, I think I don't know, like there's only so much motivation that I have for making games, and you have to really balance that out. So I think like it's better, I would say it's better to have a finished game with no unit tests than to have a not finished game with unit tests. So there's my answer to that. Let's see. Design wise, I find it interesting that the character is white against the background with black strokes, and the enemies are black with white strokes. Is there a design reason for this? Probably. Well, Dave made all the designs, so yeah, I'm sure I'm sure they thought about that. Later on, yeah, no, not even later on. I think it'll be probably a really long time before I start doing unit tests. Okay, so I've upgraded it to have 20% faster attack speed. It still seems pretty balanced, actually. I think it's okay. I haven't really been paying attention. I think I'm gonna die. Okay. Wait. Let me clutch this real quick. Okay, I don't think I can. Okay, so Dave and I talked about this. I think we want our first run to be sort of like you wouldn't be able to get very far. And I think it's working out, actually, because I'm not getting very far. So, because you can buy upgrades between rounds with the cores that you mine. So, I think this is okay. I think I'll need to probably do more off-stream testing, since it's kind of it's difficult to. Oh yeah, okay, I died. Oh my gosh, what was that? Okay, well that was weird. Summary screen being shown twice. Dying twice. So I think I'm dying twice somehow. Yeah, you can die. No, you're not supposed to be able to die, bear in mind, which is why I think it's a bug. Yeah, I haven't played through this game like that much, to be honest. So, let's see. Level 4, experience, enemies killed. They killed 233 enemies? That doesn't seem right, actually. Okay, and this should bring me back to the title screen. Okay, awesome. So Benjamin asks, how do you even ask for feedback on something like a game? That's a good question. Oh wait, there's another bug. The music's not playing for the title screen. Isn't playing after summary. Gosh, there's so many. So how do you even ask for feedback on something like a game? Is being too specific about what you're looking for color the responses you get? Yes. So you don't want to bias the like the responses from like the playtesters too much, but you could give like more. You could give specific questions, but I would say like one thing I probably is like important is the like the start experience. That's probably like one of the most important things. Like if you have to explain, oh, how the game plays and stuff and what the controls are, and your game doesn't explain that on its own, then that's sort of a problem. So like one thing I recommend is like you don't explain anything about the game or the controls, and you just give it to them, and they'll like and just see what they do, and you can observe how they play. Um, and but you could ask certain questions like I think like open-ended questions like what do you think about like this like what do you think about the combat or whatever. But if you ask like do you think the combat is too hard, maybe they wouldn't have thought that otherwise. Like they wouldn't have thought it was too hard or too easy or anything. They just thought it was good. But because you asked that question, they start overthinking it maybe. So I think you do like maybe more open-ended questions. But um, I haven't like had lots of playtesting like experience like having people playtest my games and stuff or asking like specific feedback. So that's all I know about. So another question is, do you always playtest yourself or do you ask other people to play your games before you release them? Yeah, I playtest myself and then I ask my wife to playtest for me. Um, and that's 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 pretty much the extent of it. And then I release an early build to Patreon usually, but um, I don't get many responses of people like playtesting it that much from Patreon. But there's that. And yeah, I think ideally I'd have more playtesters, but I think it's okay for now. Um, so TYM asks, how do you and Dave work together? Do you use certain tools and apps to stay organized, or just chat and phone and everything? Yes, we just talk on Discord. We did have we have like a weekly call. So once a week on Tuesday, we just hop on a call and to talk about stuff. Lately, we've been sort of on the same page, but sometimes we talk design stuff. Um, but yeah, it's been working out. I think I just like, oh, we need these art assets. And he says, oh yeah, this. We're mostly actually pretty independent. So he's like, oh, I have this done, this done, this done, and I'm like, oh, I did this, did this, and it works out. Live call next week. Uh, that's a pretty interesting idea. So I got a question. Moni asked, "Do you have any game which is an inspiration for this one?" Well, yeah, Vampire Survivors for one. This, if you don't know Vampire Survivors, you should check it out. It's pretty rad. Yeah, I mean, it's super popular. Oh my gosh, it has 176,000 reviews. That's crazy. So you can predict sort of how much revenue a game makes from the reviews it has. So Steam revenue calculator. It's not like totally accurate, but this is crazy because if they sold this many copies, let's see, so it's like $4 and 176,000. Oh my gosh, look at this. $317 million. That is freaking insane. Okay, I don't even want to think about that. Oh gosh, this is so successful. Yeah, so there's this game, and then Is that not right? 100. Oh, did I do too many? Sorry, that was way too much. Okay, 134. That's still crazy, right? Oh no, sorry. This is wait. Okay, bear with me. 31 million. Okay, that makes more sense. Extra digit. Okay, 31 million. Okay, that's still insane. But they're also on Xbox Game Pass, and they're also, well, that's revenue. So I guess they're 10 million. So I'm assuming after, like the Xbox Game Pass revenue, and also let's see, Vampire Survivors. Yeah, don't do public math, folks. And they're on Google Play as well. Oh, this is still on Steam. Oh, they have 1 million downloads on. 10 million. I mean, they probably net like $15 million, right? Okay, not as crazy as, yeah. Oh, yeah, I trolled myself. Okay, not that many, not that much. Yeah. So have I thought of porting, remaking any of my Playdate games to PC? No, not any of the Playdate games that I still have. But that I've made so far, but probably some of the future. There's a game I'm planning on making that I think I want to port. But yeah, like not now. I don't think the quality of the games is quite there yet. So anyways, for inspirational games, so Vampire Survivors is one of them. Another one is Neophyte. This game is really fun. It's not exactly, this wasn't inspired by Vampire Survivors. I think it was inspired by Diablo or something. But yeah, I played a bunch of this game. This is really fun. And then there's another game called this one. If you guys haven't played this is pretty fun too. They're all like super cheap. It's like $2.99 for this game. This one's also $2.99, and Vampire Survivors $3.99. I love indie games. Yeah, so that's interesting with the comment about my name. Like I don't know, I came up with it in middle school, and maybe I should have thought more about it, but I didn't think that much about it. Let's see. Benjamin asks, are there any conflicts with the licensing? So no, actually. So if you go to the not this one, Playdate dev, you can see the license here. And there's a summary. Look at this. So point 3 and 4 are pretty important. So any programs you develop with the SDK are yours, and you can distribute your programs any way you like. So basically, anything you make in the SDK is yours if you look at the license. So yeah. But the thing is, if you port it, yeah, it doesn't really make any sense because you're not using the SDK in any way. It's just the code, and you have to completely rewrite the program anyways. Yeah. The porting process, even if there was a restrictive license, it wouldn't even apply. So a question about my dream game. Yeah, well, the next game I want to make is like a card-based roguelike. So I'm gonna try working on that, but I'm not sure if I'll get to that. Yeah, the Snake RX soundtrack was banger. All right, back to playtesting, I guess. So this is like the unlock screen where you can buy like upgrades. Not sure if I'll try upgrading some of them, I guess. I'll see how strong they are. Yeah, the music still isn't playing, so I'm not sure what's wrong with that. Oh gosh, even the game music isn't playing. Okay, I think the volume, it's setting the volume wrong, so it isn't playing either. Yeah, I think it's setting the. I just want to take a look at this actually. So I have a music player. Set volume. Oh, here, let's do this. Okay, that'll probably fix it. All right, see ya TYM. Thanks for stopping by. So what is my main coding snack? I don't know, whatever my wife brings me into the office. She brings me like fruits and crackers and stuff sometimes. Usually I just drink water. From my water bottle. I have this Capybara-san water bottle. I'm obsessed with the Capybara-san. Calamari, yeah. I eat dried squid. Oh, you just bought Neophyte? Yeah, it's really fun. Great game. Okay, let's play with maybe this one. Okay, this one goes counterclockwise. I'm not sure if this is too weak or not. Let's see. Oh, whoa, that was weird. The music just came back. Okay, it was definitely a volume issue. Okay, I know what the bug is now. Yeah, I know. The art for Neophyte is, yeah, it's super good. Yeah, I was pretty impressed. I remember seeing it a lot on Twitter. And yeah, that was their first game like ever that they made. So I'm like super impressed. Honestly, it's so inspiring. Does it have multiplayer? No, it doesn't have multiplayer. Okay, I think this weapon's pretty balanced, actually. I thought it might be too weak, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, so I guess I'm just trying to test the progression a bit, make sure everything is like... Yeah, everything's feeling good. I think the playtesting would probably have to, like, I'll probably have to get player feedback once we actually release the game. Yeah, hopefully it works out. Okay, we can dig now. Awesome. Yeah, that's a problem with the playtesting. It's so slow. Like, you have to like play through the entire game. It actually takes a while. I remember for King's Dungeon, I was just like replaying the game over and over again. It was getting kind of boring, actually. Hey Dan. Yeah, thanks for the offer for playtesting. I definitely should. I think like I'll probably release a build to Patreon's supporters for playtesting maybe, but not sure. It's okay. I think it's not a big deal to like have a little bit of playtesting and then release it and then have some updates later on to try to balance the game a little bit better. And there's actually not that many like different weapon types that we've been able to implement into the game, but we might do that in an update. Hey, White Phoenix, what's up? So got a question. So how do I manage map movement? So basically, do you keep the whole map in memory or show only some of the sprites? How to do this effectively? Is a tile map helpful here? Yeah, so for this, the whole map is kept in memory, but the map is not very large. So let's say, so here's the bottom right of the map, and then we can move over to the top left. Um, moving over. Yeah, and then we'll hit the top soon. It's right here. Yeah. So if you notice, the map's not super large, so it's fine to keep something like this in memory. If it's bigger, it'll probably still be okay if you keep everything in memory. So yeah, but if it's any larger, you might want to split it into chunks. Yeah, but my recommendation is just like, don't worry too much about it until like until you actually start having some issues. It'll probably be fine. You don't want to like optimize too early, or it's like you're just wasting time. Let's see. Gosh, you know what? I don't know about. It's like sort of unwieldy to use this weapon, but I can't tell if it's because I'm distracted, or this weapon actually sucks. Or maybe I'm just bad. I think I'm just bad. Okay. Okay, we've been on this level for kind of a long time. Let's close it out. Actually, I'm curious about that bug where I somehow died twice. Let me see if I can recreate it. Okay, I couldn't recreate it. I'm not sure what happened there then. It might have been projectiles. So let me write that down. Possibly projectiles. Okay, well, that's kind of a trash run. Oh, it was mining into the next level. Oh yeah, you're right. Wow, thank you. Yeah, it's great to live stream this then. Dying while mining. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I'll test that out actually here. Let's pause. Okay, I'm gonna rebuild this actually because to test if the music fix works. It probably should be okay. Yeah, the whole thing about I feel like Panic should be more transparent a bit with their the whole I feel like they should announce more things on Twitter. Right? Like the progress, like each month or something. But I know batch 3 has just finished and they're just shipping batch 4. So I think there was an update about that. And I think they're having like an update this end of this month. And I think they're announcing stuff like maybe something to do with catalog. So hopefully that's like that'll help answer some questions about like the whole shipping stuff and everything. I feel like it's like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they're gonna do it. It's like end of this month or the start of next month. They're gonna do some sort of update video. I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah. So William asked what this is about. So to anyone who's just tuning in, basically, I'm working on another game with a friend of mine called Dave Makes. He's like a developer of one of the Season 1 games, they're a developer of one of the Season 1 games, Executive Golf DX. And they reached out to me, so we partnered up, and we're working on this game called Core Fault. It's like a Vampire Survivors-like game, and basically I'm just doing some playtesting because I haven't got a lot of opportunity to playtest the game, and I'm just trying to see how balanced things are. And I'm tweaking some things, also finding some bugs. I've been tracking the bugs and stuff. But usually I do office hours every week around this time. So if you have any questions about like Playdate development or like just questions for me or anything in general, like feel free to drop it in the chat, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. But I thought like I was having the office hours session, and basically I feel like it was helpful, but I feel like I should like do something else, like while also answering people's questions and stuff, to make it a little bit more dynamic. So maybe this will help. Yeah, I should probably get this one, restoration. So a bunch of different upgrades, and yeah, they're all different, I guess. I don't. It's been pretty fun developing this game, but it's been taking so long. I haven't worked on like I haven't been able to finish a long-term project like this before, so this is like the first time that I've ever been able to do something like this. Every game I'm trying to improve like something a little bit about the process, and try to become a better game developer. Hope it's coming through. Yeah, so I think this will be the best game I've worked on so far. Yeah, I can't tell if this ability is like overpowered. I don't know if you guys have played Vampire Survivors or not, but I feel like it's a common thing. There's this ability called Garlic, and I always gravitated to that one. I always use Garlic, and I think that's like pretty common. Like everyone uses Garlic because there's just something so super satisfying about having like this continuous AOE attack. I think it's kind of balanced though. I think it's okay. I had to nerf it a bit because it was a little too strong before, but I think it's good. Yeah, I think another thing I'm trying to pace is test the pacing. So like each level should take X amount of time, but I'm not exactly sure what X should be. Yeah, the sound effects are super good, right? This is all Dave's their handiwork. Yeah, I really wish, like, I'm super impressed by their like artistic ability with like the music and the art and the UI and like the sound effects. Like, it's crazy because they could just like whip up a bunch of art like super quickly, and I'm so jealous, so jealous. Like I wish I could do that. Like I can do it with code. Like I can like code together something really quickly. So I think that's like, I'm pretty fortunate to have that ability. But I mean, I guess it came with a bunch of time. But I wish I had a bit more like latent artistic ability. I think it'd be so much easier to do game development and make like attractive looking games, or like the art totally carries games for sure. So yeah, so yeah, the droid moves by itself. So I've been using like the Playdate, the simulator thing. Maybe I should be using my actual Playdate. Yeah, it just continuously moves. So I'm gonna use this instead. How about this? Yeah, so you move the crank around. So it's kind of like if you played Snake RX, like you're continuously moving. It's a pretty fun control scheme, I think. And you just have to use the crank. I think that's like a big thing that I feel like is a sort of a gripe with like Playdate games is okay, I think I'm gonna die. Oh wait, this is a good opportunity to test the bug I was running into. So okay, maybe if I can time this right. So I was having a bug with basically like trying to mine and dying at the same time. So let's see if I can reproduce that. Oh shoot. Okay, well, I suck. I freaking suck. Yeah, so yeah, the droid moves by itself. Yeah, and that's like I sort of have a gripe, not a gripe necessarily, but I think it's like not good design to have like you moving the crank while also having to do like several other things at once. Maybe like one other button, but it's like ergonomically, it's not very like easy to be cranking and also like holding or pressing buttons at the same time. So sweet. Okay, yeah. So I had this title screen bug, but these two are fixed, I think. So I'll X these out. Yeah, so it's for people tuning in for the first time. I'm currently playtesting the game I'm working on. I'm working on it alongside a friend of mine, a recent friend. Their name's Dave Makes. They made Executive Golf DX, the Season 1 game. And yeah, we're working on this game together. I'm just playtesting it, trying to iron out some bugs, and also to see how the progression is working. It's like a Vampire Survivors-like game. So just got a question. Let's see, two questions. Good Stock asks, are you planning on adding death animations for the enemies? I keep waiting for them to explode. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think I need to hit up Dave to ask about that, but I should write that down. Let's see. Topics or something. Death animation. Well, I keep everything organized in like Notion. So let's write it down actually. Let's see. Enemy. Death animation. I'll bring it up to Dave. Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking about that too. I know it should seem like they like should do something. There's no player death animation either, so maybe that's a whole thing. Death animations. Okay, let's write down in the Notion. Let's see. Zari says hello. 12th Man asks, how would you feel about an office hours for Pulp script? Working through your Lua book, which is great by the way, but my current game is in Pulp and I'd love to dive deeper into Pulp script possibilities. I mean, you can ask questions like now about Pulp too, but I don't use Pulp. I think the last time I touched Pulp was like almost a year ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. To be honest, I don't particularly like developing in Pulp because Pulp script doesn't have a lot of like sort of common programming features that are really nice to have. For example, arrays or dictionaries or functions even. Those are like really big. So like if you already have experience developing, like coding, it's kind of like you're like fighting against the current a bit, and you have to like do all this crazy mishmash stuff to get stuff to work. But I still remember a lot of stuff about Pulp script. So if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to drop questions down about Pulp script. All right, let's go for another. Well, let me upgrade some stuff actually. I don't think I've made it past like level 2 or level 3. Yeah, I don't even think I've made it past the second level yet. Let's see. I'll upgrade this one and this one. Okay, let's do this. So the music has been fixed. Oh, I need to change this one. I'll do it after this. Oh, what is that? Whoa. Let's see. Let's do disability. Yeah, the benefits of having no experience programming is you don't know what you're missing with Pulp. Yeah, that's why I think Pulp is definitely a great step like for beginner developers, because it's like you don't have everything so it's like you don't have to learn as much stuff. Like it's like a stripped down version of a coding language. So like you just have to learn about, for example, variables and operators, and you don't have to learn about functions, arrays, other data structures and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So Benjamin asked a question. He said, in the game I'm working on, I noticed that according to the debugger, the memory fills up in the Playdate simulator. Is that to be expected or something to worry about? A memory fills up. I think so. Oh shoot! Don't show this dialogue again. Let's see. Like if you do show Lua memory. No, not this one. show sampler. Wait, what's the option for showing memory again? Malloc. Is it the Malloc pooling, Benjamin, or oh, you're using Nova. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be filling up. You know what? Let's test that actually. Malloc pool. Okay, that's fine. Just do a restart. But yeah, let's test it out actually, because Malloc log. So is blue filled up, or I haven't used this before. Let's see. Automatically refresh. I see. So let's see. All right. See ya, Usness. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Sorry. Yeah, dinner time. Yeah, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. So I think, is pink the amount that's being used, or is it filling up? Is this? Oh, I can't tell what's happening actually. Is my memory filling up? Let's see. Thanks for stopping by, Just a Dude. Maybe my memory's filling up too. Heap use 5 megabytes. Active. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, let's just keep playing, and then we'll see if there's a problem. Yeah, so just to ask when the game might be released. I think we're gonna try to aim for maybe 2 weeks from now. Good side asked about the 3D render in the thumbnail. Yes, they made a 3D render in the thumbnail. They're like multi-talented, I guess. so cool. Hey, now I'm a little bit worried about this whole memory filling up. I haven't tested a lot on device, to be honest, but I don't remember there being some sort of memory issue. Okay, I'll just wait till it fills up and see if it crashes or something. Heap used. Oh, you know what? I think I'm pretty sure the pink parts are the ones that's like actively being used, and if it fills up, it'll start reusing all the other sections. I'm not too sure. Benjamin, when like the memory thing that you're seeing on Nova, does it look similar to this Malloc log, or does it look completely different? Because if it's something different, then I'm not too sure actually. Yeah, it could. Do you have a device that you can test on, Benjamin, or not really? It looks different, but let me pull up the Malloc. Yeah, I don't know if the Malloc is relevant or not. I'm not too sure. But if it says memory, would I be concerned? Maybe, because there could be a chance that you're basically instantiating a bunch of elements and you're not removing them from memory. That could be a problem. Okay, I see. I think I'm leaving the level before it has a chance to build up. So maybe there actually is an issue with the current game. Okay, this is why we playtest and stuff. Okay. Oh, it's taking a long time to build up. All right. Okay, I think we're almost there. I just keep playing until it fills up. I'm not sure if it'll crash if it hits the end. Yeah, don't die before it hits the end. Okay, wait, I'm trolling. Yeah, maybe I should run away. Okay, filled up. Okay, so here's what I think is happening with the heap. Okay, yeah. So I think my prediction was right. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Okay, that was kind of strange. Okay, I'm just gonna close it and not look at it anymore. I don't even know what that was. I don't even want to know what that was. So I think with the heap thing, so with what was happening on my screen, I think was like it was just showing which like parts of the heap have been accessed. But the blue, I think, is if it's not being used. So I think it would just reuse sections of the heap. So I don't think there was a problem with my game. Benjamin, for you, I think it's okay. If it ends up being an issue, it probably wouldn't be like a huge deal to like go back and fix it. Like after you test it on device. So yeah, maybe don't worry about it too much. I'm not exactly sure like what it is, so yeah, no point worrying about it, I guess. All right. Oh, it's almost been about an hour, so okay, I think that's good. I caught some bugs and play tested, and we're going to answer some questions. So I think I'm gonna call the live stream here. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'm still experimenting with like what I should be doing during these live streams. So please let me know if you guys have any like ideas on what you want me to do for a live stream. I remember I did like a poll a long time ago about like what I should be doing during like a live stream. Maybe like playing different games and stuff, or like playing Playdate games. Like I think I mentioned like doing like live playtesting of other people's games. That's like an option. I don't know. I'm down for anything. So I'll probably do some live streams of like live development of like actually coding up new features for the next game that I'll start working on. So there's that. So yeah, look forward to that. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for everyone for stopping by. This was really fun. I'll be back next week. All right. See ya.